Lucifer. The name Lucifer is from the Latin lux for light and fer for carry. Therefore, we can say Lucifer is the light bringer, or even the angel of enlightenment. God is omnipresent. Therefore, there is nothing but God. Omnipresent God means that God is all there ever was, is, and therefore ever will be. There can be no power opposing God if all is God. There can be no evil force contrary to the will of God within the omnipresence of God. There are only aspects of God, manifestations of God, and materializations of God within God. Everything that exists within the omnipresence of God has a part to play in the unfolding of the desire of God. We may not like the working out of the desire or the plan of God. We may call an experience or a person evil, but just because we call it evil does not make it so. What we call evil just has a divine purpose that we do not understand. Once we understand the contribution to the unfolding of God's plan that any experience offers, at that point, we understand the value. We understand the good of the experience, even if it hurts, even if it kills our body or the body of a loved one. God does not want us to get hurt or feel the pain of losing a loved one through a tragic accident or a painful death. God tries to teach us in gentler ways, but sometimes we all seem to need to feel a little pain. Some of us need to feel a lot of pain before we are open to accepting the grace, the beauty, and the will of God. Our suffering is not the result of evil. The root cause of our suffering and the suffering we cause to others is from our resistance of this appreciation of the awareness of being aware. A group of angels exists that have one purpose. They are specialized cells of the body of God, which have a most important job. They are protectors of the power keys of the universe. They guard the secrets of the universe from spirits who are not ready to control the innermost workings of the universe. This job is to make sure that we do not get more spiritual knowledge before we are able to handle it. An example is our knowledge of the atom that gives us the ability to split the atom and release the terrific energy contained within. If we use this knowledge to benefit the earth and the rest of creation, we will be given more understanding of the secrets of the universe. However, before we are given even deeper awareness of the innermost workings of the universe, we must be tested. If we cannot handle what we already know, then before we destroy the earth, we will fail the test and destroy our physical bodies and even lose the ability to split the atom until some later time, far, far away in the future, when we will get another chance to pass the test. Most of our personal gains in spiritual knowledge are the result of our wrong choices. We screw up, get hurt, or hurt others, and then realize the error of our thoughts that resulted in the choices that caused the effects we wish we would not have caused. We then resolve to do better next time we have the opportunity. God has a way to test our sincerity of our spiritual desires. The way God tests us is through the efforts of this group of angels, who are the spiritual testers of the universe. Humans are like electrical wires that the universal energy of God flows through. God would not put 220 volts of energy through a wire that is rated to safely handle only 110 volts. The wire would not be able to handle this increase of energy for long, and would either burn up or have negative effects on whatever was connected to it. The difference between us and an electrical wire is that we can grow in the ability to safely handle greater and greater levels of the universal energy of God. For this growth in the ability to express more of God's power and reality, we must be tested. The spiritual testing shows whether we need to be worked on more, or if we are ready to handle more of the universal knowledge and energy of God flowing through us. The angel, who is the universal prince of testers, has been called many names. The one I like best, because it seems to clearly express the purpose of this head tester, is Lucifer. People call Lucifer the devil when they do not like what happens when they dance with Lucifer, fail a test, and have results they do not like. Lucifer cannot force us to do anything. Lucifer cannot do anything to us in which we do not agree to participate. The only power Lucifer has is to attempt to influence us by tempting us to think or move in one direction or another. Lucifer cannot kill us. Lucifer can only scare us to death by getting us to believe Lucifer can kill us. We are eternal spirits that have temporary human bodies. Lucifer can influence us to destroy our human body or destroy other bodies, but Lucifer cannot kill the eternal spirit we truly are. The moment you say, "I have learned my lesson, this is the way I am going to be from now on, this is how I am going to think and how I am going to act in the future," you have made a date with Lucifer. We can be on guard as much as we want. However, when we least expect it, we will turn a corner in our journey, and Lucifer will be there waiting for us, saying, "Is your commitment sincere? Do you really mean what you said? Let us see how sincere you are. Try this experience, and let us see how you will think and how you will act. Let's lock and load. Let's rock and roll. Let's boogie. Let's dance. Come on, it'll be fun." We are not the thoughts we hear streaming through our mind. We have thoughts. We are not the thoughts. We choose which thoughts to entertain and which thoughts to disregard. Lucifer plants seed thoughts in our stream of thought. Lucifer's seed thoughts are seductive and tempting pictures and words. Me, me, my, tomorrow, 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 one more time, just one more time. Hurt, 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 kill, kill, kill. If you are very watchful of your thoughts, you will begin to become aware of the times Lucifer is attempting to plant non-spiritual seed thoughts into your thought process. You will become more and more aware that they sound different than your normal thoughts. You will even become aware that they actually feel different than your own thoughts. You will be amazed at how incredibly clever some of the thoughts of Lucifer's are in getting us to think that it is our thoughts that we are hearing. When you hear the Holy Spirit's seed thoughts, you will have no doubt of the difference. They will be clear, softly spoken, and undeniable spiritual truth. Lucifer knows that the best way to seduce you is not through forceful insistence, but in small seed thoughts that gently prompt you to think and move in the direction you should not be thinking or moving. It is like giving a ball small pushes in the direction you want it to go. Continue to give it small pushes at just the right moments, and it will go faster and faster and faster and faster in the direction you want it to go. All by just continuing to give it perfectly timed, small, continuous pushes. Give it enough small pushes, and it will seem to have an energy of its own and a destructive force greater than it had when it was moving slower. Dancing with Lucifer can feel like a great drug high. Like all drug highs, however, the dance ends and the high is gone. Then we are right back where we were before we started to dance. The endorphins we feel when we are in an impassionate embrace with a lover are almost chemically identical to opium. Heroin is obtained from morphine, which is obtained from the opium plant. The endorphin feeling is similar to what a heroin user feels. In fact, the word endorphin is a combination of the words endogenous and morphine, meaning inner morphine. The adrenaline we feel when we are in an exciting or stressful situation is almost chemically identical to amphetamine or speed. These two hormones are what some call the spices of life. There are some spirit humans who are addicted to what in the drug world is called a speed bomb. This can be a lethal combination of heroin, a downer, and speed, an upper. A downer and an upper, slowing you down and speeding you up at the same time. Some spirit humans say some of the best sex is after a fight. This is just another form of a speed bomb. The fight produces the speed, and the passionate embrace after the fight produces the heroin. Wow, what a feeling. Ooh, it can be very addicting. It can even kill you. It is only when we keep entertaining the seed thoughts of Lucifer that the thoughts get stronger and stronger and more seductive, and the slope gets steeper and wetter. Before we realize it, we are just doing what we said we would not do. We do what we said we would not do, even while we are hearing little seed thoughts from the Holy Spirit, reminding us that we should not be doing what we should not be doing. The Holy Spirit will not talk as much as Lucifer. The Holy Spirit knows that if we listen to Lucifer long enough, we will screw up, and then the Holy Spirit will gently remind us again that we knew we should not have done what we knew we should not have done. The Holy Spirit knows that the pain of screwing up is oftentimes the best teacher, and if this is what it takes, so be it. The spiritual lessons are of universal importance for our contribution to the expression of the will of God. However much you fail, however many times you hurt, however many times you hurt others, the Holy Spirit will always be there to remind you of the truth and to help you heal after the painful lesson. There is only one weapon we have against being seduced to dance with Lucifer's temptations. It is a very powerful weapon. It is a very simple weapon. Simple, but difficult to use in the early stages of our spiritual growth. It is just say no. Just say no. Refuse to go along with the seed thoughts that you know you should not be entertaining, and just continue to do what you know you should do. A way to break up the sometimes constant barrage of Luciferian seed thoughts is whenever you know you are being tempted to do what you know you should not do, just say one word twice. Say cancel, cancel. Saying this word twice will give you a quiet space before you hear the seed thought of Lucifer again. It will give you a moment that you can intentionally think the thoughts you know you should be thinking and doing the actions you know you should be doing. You will still hear the Luciferian seed thoughts come and go, but stay focused on the thoughts and the actions you know are pleasing to God. The more you choose to not entertain the Luciferian seed thoughts, the more they will diminish and become less and less insistent. In the universal classroom of spirituality, Lucifer will eternally keep testing your spiritual sincerity. If we fail the test, we will know it immediately. We will probably know we are failing the test the moment we agree to dance with Lucifer. But don't worry. If you fail the test, you will have another chance. Remember and choose wisely next time. If we pass the test, we will be granted the chance to have more intimacy with the Creator and Sustainer of the universe, the universal spirit we call God. We will be given more opportunity and responsibility in unfolding the infinite desire of God. It is Lucifer's job to continually check you out with small pushes in the direction you should not go, to see if you really desire to do the will of God. Don't blame Lucifer for just doing the very important job for which God created Lucifer, a job that Lucifer does so well. The devil does not make you do it. You just choose to dance with the devil.